Area Daily Go Getimism Show, and we are live and direct, and we are good to go. What's going on? How you feeling? Hope everybody is having a good week. I know that we only on our second day, but we have completed that. We on our way to the weekend, baby. We are on our way to the weekend, and I hope to see you there. Oh my goodness. Okay. There needs to be a way to turn these off. Okay. Let me get some things together. Let me get it together.
Pairing.
Let me see, baby.
Bluetooth connected.
Let me see, baby. All right, where we are? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, cool. No, don't want that. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll be okay. We're gonna work it out. We will work it. We will. Tuesday. Pretty Patty Tuesday. Pretty Patty Tuesday. Pretty Patty Patty. God damn it. Hold on, y'all. The crazy thing about this mic, there's been no way. Let me put it in a safe space. Yeah, I better not mess around. The last time I messed around, I still lost one that I haven't been able to recover. Okay. like that, y'all. Yo, give me a call. 215-518-6149. And if you call me on my line, yo, thank you for a funky time. Hey, yo. Shout out to all my ancestors and the best that ever did this thing. I ain't gonna test the waters and try to get with your sons and daughters. Yo, just come to the show. You know how it go. This is the place where adults come and we do this thing. And we always have fun because it's all about freeing your mind. And you gotta do that. Sometimes I feel like I'm broke, but I got a lot of money in my pockets, but I don't choke on the peanut butter and the bread. Yo, put some jelly on that shit. You heard what I said. That's dead. If you really think that you run around here like a shit don't stink, the clink is where you been. Yo, you been locked up since way back when, and that shit is not a 10. So the youth are being taught the wrong ways, and I'm not running around here like I'm in a purple haze. Yo, back in the days, I was like a donut rolling around and I was glazed. Yo, hot to death, the breath that I breathe. I'm just making sure it's a legacy I leave so that you can understand how a real man does that shit. Yo, we take a stand. Yo, keep doing it. Don't mess it up and don't ruin it. It's doing it. Yo, I said, yo. Do you know how I go for real? Yo, just run around here showing my skills, baby. Bills gotta get paid, so I gotta take the money out of the billfold. And yo, I made a lot of it because I kept working. You had a little bit because you kept jerking. Thinking that you was so smart, you had to take a few electives. I took music and art. Yo, the part that I played kept the money in my pockets, the money I made. Hey. My name is Sun 7, Mac 11, Tevin. Can we talk for a minute? I said, yeah. I said, yo. What? Come on in and sit on down. Yo, what up, Carla? Thanks for coming around. Yo. And who's the other person? I'm just beating on these drums and trying to rehearse when I know that I gotta get it right. So I stayed up practicing all night until I got it good. I knew you would be down with me if I got it right. And I'm down here tonight. It's Tuesday night. Really, it's Wednesday morning, but who's really counting? Yo, I'm here. Make sure that I'm bouncing from place to place. The face that you in. Yo, get your finger out of my face before I spin you around just like the axis of the earth. And yeah, we gonna get it down for what it's worth. Yo. Just spitting a couple of rhymes, words that rhymes. Let's do it one time for your mind, yo. I still climb just like Everest, and I ain't trying to sever the ties between the good girls and guys. What the fuck? I keep biting my lip, and I'm asking why. Cause the shit hurt. At least I didn't draw blood. Shit coming out my mouth like a flood, and I'm wondering, did I make me puke? Did I eat flounder or fluke? Bottom feed of fish. I don't want none of that shit. Keep it the dish. I said, yo. Yo. You know how it go, my man. Just straight berry. Make sure that it varies into a segment, a section, a fragment, a fraction. Yo, I'm just trying to see the shit reaction. When you see me getting down tonight, everything's gonna be alright tonight. So tonight, y'all, we talking about looking out for each other. Yeah. We said looking out for each other and keeping an eye on one another. Looking out for each other, you know, that's a good thing. When somebody looking out for you, they got your back, making sure don't nobody try to feed you crack. I said, but when somebody keeping an eye on you, That means that they don't trust you. And I'm asking, what am I gonna do? I know that we were supposed to be best friends, but I can't trust you as far as I can throw you. And I ask when, where my feelings die on down. But I know how they are feeling right now. Yo, so I thought she was looking out, but she was looking for to see if I was treating her like a whore. And what if I was being a whore myself? Damn, you don't think I care about my own health? Yeah, well, sometimes people get reckless, and when you come across the reckless, you don't respect this, and I can understand that. But damn, baby, gotta trust me a little bit. Don't you know that? Yo, respect is due a dog. And you think I'm nothing but a dog? Why would you wanna be with a dog? But, alright then. I'ma tell you like this, I'ma tell you like this. I love you, and I hope that you love me too. 'Cause I have to say that it doesn't show, but it might happen one day, I don't know. I'm gonna try to work it out. Yo, I saw you put my bags on the porch, you kicked me out. This ain't life, this ain't living. You just kicked me out of a house that I live in, and my name is on the lease, the mortgage. What the fuck is up with you, baby? You think you're gorgeous enough to be able to pull that? Yo, well, you did it. Now I gotta deal with that. I love you, but I ain't gonna let you do. I'm putting my shit back in the crib, and I don't care if you call the cops, this is where I live. I ain't never putting no hands on you, but I'ma put my hands on somebody if my shit don't get back in there. I'm talking to you. For real. Shit, real life situations make you grab the steel. And I don't care about your brothers and cousins. Yo, they come around this bitch. Yo, it's gonna be buzzing for the coroner's office. And I ain't trying to go out like that. I love you, and you know that I do. My man Satan says free Diddy. I don't know what's up with the boy. Yo, is he crazy, going out of his head? Yo, Diddy's where it should be. Yo, I said, actually, he should have been released, but shit is fucked up out of here. The belly of the beast, baby. Black man, stay free. Your community needs you, can't you see? So whatever you got to do, yo, make sure that you go ahead and see it through. I'm about to stop this singing, yo, that's enough intro. Yo, I'm about to bring in the brand new year in a brand new way. And it start the day. Hey. Yo. What you know? Yo, this is my shit, and this the DG show. We don't be playing around, but still we do. Gonna have some fun tonight talking to you. Looking out for me. Keeping an eye on you. What we doing? How we feeling? Is it right? Is it appealing? Keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. That's enough for real. What? All right. What up, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is daily. It's the daily go get up Miz show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about Looking out for each other, keeping an eye on each other. Yeah, it sounds the same, but it ain't the same. You know the difference. You know when somebody is looked out for you, and you know when somebody has kept an eye on you. The only people I know that did the same thing, like looked out for you and kept an eye on you at the same time, was probably your parents. You know, your mom, even though, you know, she looked out for you and made sure you didn't get in any trouble or danger, that you kept your nose clean. At the same time, she know that you might have been a busybody and had the potential to, you know, make some shit happen out there in that world. You know what I mean? So she had to keep an eye on you at the same time, looking out for you. As we became adults, it didn't exactly go that way. Normally, we dealt with people who did one or the other. Either they kept an eye on us or they looked out for us. Well, which one do you have more experience with in your personal life, in your romantic life, with your friends, people who know? Have more people looked out for you or have more people kept an eye on you? I mean, it can say some things about your trustworthiness and the appeal that you have for some people. I mean, I'm sorry, the appeal that you have to some people. What up, baby Grizz? What up, what up, what up? Shirley Shore, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Shore, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Carla! What up, what up, Jeff Sprayberry? And that was Olivia Boyd. Thank you. Appreciate you, Olivia Boyd. And Satan or Satan. I've never been exactly sure about how to pronounce his name. So, yeah, you know, looking out for you or keeping an eye on you. Which one do people do with you? How do they handle you? How do they handle you? Y'all see the poll question. The poll question is dealing with spicy food. The poll question is dealing with spicy food. And I know it don't have nothing to do with the subject at hand. I don't care. It's a poll question. I just want to know. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Some people like spicy foods. Like me, I love spicy foods. I like spicy food and I like hot sauce. But it's a funny thing because I'm not the type that puts hot sauce on everything. Some people put hot sauce on everything. I like hot sauce. Steak, hot sauce on chicken, hot sauce on French fries, hot sauce on steak. Hot sauce, of course, hot sauce on pork. Whatever. So that's the poll question. All right, so we're going to get it started, man. I'm going to get these drums out of here, but let's go ahead and get it popping. We're going to talk about, you know, getting looked out for. Getting looked out for. And I guess you could say getting looked out after. You know what I mean? I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. All right, y'all. Let's get it together. You better get yourself together. Get yourself together. All right, man. So yeah, man. Looking out for each other, keeping an eye out for each other, or an eye on each other. Sounds like the ingredients of a potentially toxic relationship. Toxic relationship. Like, yeah, I love my baby, you know what I mean? I want to make sure that nobody put their hands on her. Nobody disrespects her or anything like that. But at the same time, I want to make sure she ain't out there showing her titties like she on the Jerry Springer show in 1995. That's what I'm trying to make sure. You know what I mean? She won't be getting no Jerry beads out there in the world. She out there in the world trying to get Jerry beads. Yeah, when I met her, she was acting like a little hoe, but I thought it was cute. You know what I mean? Yeah, you was a hoe. You was a little hoe when I met you, but I figured, you know what I mean? Once you get a taste of a real man, a real relationship, some real love, you stop acting like a little hoe. But she didn't, so I got to keep an eye on her. I love her. And bet not nobody bring up the fact that she was a little hoe before. Nobody better bring up the fact that my girl used to be a little hoe. That was back in the day. That ain't none of your business. She wasn't no hoe with you. She wasn't no hoe with you. You ain't never been with her. All right. At the same time, I know she still got a little hoe in her. And my daughter got a little hoe in her too. I be seeing it. I don't want no little boys around my house. I love my baby girl. Damn. Got that hoe in her just like a mama. And be like that sometimes, you know? Buana Haguski, what up? And Marvina. Come on, man. You know, like, listen, every man that ever messed around and knocked up a chick that you knew was a little loose in the booty. She's a little loose. She had friendly twat. She flied the friendly twat skies. But you fell in love with her. You know what I'm saying? You know? It wasn't no one night stand. You went back in several times. You let that shit go. You let it go like a hot. Yo, she was too hot to handle, too cold to hold. She was too hot to handle, too cold to hold. You know you fell in love with a hoe. You know you did. Messed around, had a daughter by now. You looking at your daughter sideways. Oh no, I ain't talking about because you don't think she yours. You know she yours. She look just like you. She look just like you, act just like a mom. So yeah, you keeping an eye on a mom, you keeping an eye on your daughter. You know, no loving father wants to look at his daughter like she a little tramp. Even though she might be a little tramp. In his eyes, she's a princess with friendly pussy. It's too friendly. Gotta get my baby girl on a pill. She ain't but 9. What the fuck? Like you can't be having no voluntary intercourse at age 9. Unless you're in certain cultures. Shout out, never mind. Unless you have a twin brother. Oh, yeah. Well, you know how twins get down anyway, usually. You know how twins usually get down. You know what I mean? Boy, you know how it goes. You know what I mean? But anyway. Yeah. Keeping an eye out. I mean, I'm sorry. Looking out for each other. Keeping an eye on each other. Hey, you ain't got to be jealous in order to be suspicious. You know what I mean? How many? Listen, let me just. Hey, we talking, right? We talking. So you know, if you were walking down a dark alley and somebody mugged you, you know, stuck you up, took your money. Maybe gave you a little beating. The next time you in a dark alley, you're going to be real suspicious of anybody that tries to confront you. Now, of course, people will say, well, why don't you stay away from dark alleys? Like, yeah, but the dark alleys was the shortcut, to where I was going. I figured it's the United States. I'm free to be in a dark alley. The problem is your assailant is free to be in a dark alley also. So, you gotta make a decision out here in your life, son. You gotta make a decision. Jeff Sprayberry says, don't see her. She don't want to be saved. Oh, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Speaking of saved. Where are my saved people out there? When I say, my gospel folks, my church going folk. Where are y'all? Where my saved people at? My Christian folk. You know what I mean? My Jesus worshipers, where my evangelicals at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I want to ask y'all something. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing like that. I really want to ask y'all, do y'all feel, and this is a serious question, do you feel like they should change around the parameters of being saved? Because and the reason I ask this is because too many people are getting saved and still doing foul shit. Because, they say in order to be saved, all you have to do is profess that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. And if you were to die at that very moment, regardless of anything that you have done in your life, and regardless of how many sins that you have committed, you will go to heaven and live everlasting good life. So you got people out here getting certain shit out of their system before they go and get saved. So like I gotta go slap up a few bitches, shoot a few niggas, you know what I'm saying? Steal a little something, sell a few drugs, use a few, narcotics and all of that kind of stuff because, I'm about to go get saved on Sunday. I'm about to wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. So what do you think? He said both. Some people are more needy than others. I don't know. I'm not even sure if you answering my question. But I was serious. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you should say, in order to be saved, you have to profess that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and you got to start doing right. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to, maybe you got to go tune up your saving. Maybe like every communion Sunday or something, you got to come and get saved again, or, make sure that you are still more saved than, more saved than spent. Because some of y'all are spending y'all savings. You went and got saved, and then you went and spent what you saved. In other words, you out here acting a fool. You supposed to be saved. Where you saved at? Where you saved at? Carter says some folks get saved twice or more if need be. Shaking my. That's what I'm saying. And Jeff said, I think you have to truly believe it to be saved, not just avoiding hell. Well, Jeff, I don't want to be disrespectful and I don't want to be sacrilegious. But I think some people are taking advantage of the whole no one sin is greater than the other thing. I think some people are taking unfair advantage of that because, let's say I'm in jail on death row or doing a life sentence, no possibility of parole. And I'm talking about I'm getting saved, even though I'm a serial killer and I got 25 bodies on my hands. 25 bodies? Yeah, I didn't seal my fate in hell with 25 bodies? On Judgment Day, how am I going to explain 25 bodies? Like, yeah, well, God, that's when, you know how it is, God. I was, like, come on, guy. I was, at the time I was lost. I was out there. I wasn't thinking about you. I hadn't gotten it together with. So let me ask y'all this. in terms of the topic tonight. Is God looking out for you, or is God keeping an eye on you? Are you living your life so he's looking out for you? Like, yo, I'm gonna keep Satan and the demons off of you. Or are you living your life to whereas he looking at you like, well, 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 well. Ooh, yeah. That one over there. Yeah. Oh, he is in trouble. Oh, well, 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 well. You know? All right, man. I'm gonna go get my chair. I mean, we can continue to talk about that, or we can, we can get on whatever we want to get on. Please hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go-Getterism Show. I'm your host, Sunset. I am your host, Sun752, aka Omar, with the. Let me see. Okay. I think this is broke. That's not. Something about the chair ain't working right. It's not working right. I don't know. Fuck it. Okay. All right. Okay. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. What we got? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. All right, y'all. So do you understand what I'm talking about? What I'm saying? Right, Jeff. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Man, I felt some kind of way about that. We was talking about Dolly Parton a couple of weeks ago on the show. I think she was all of our faves in some way. She may not have been our favorite, like our number one favorite, but Dolly Parton to most people, I think, I believe, I don't know, I can't say this for a fact, but how Betty White, Betty White from the Golden Girls, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody loved Betty White, and we wanted to keep Betty White alive for as long as possible. And she was just about to cross over into that 100 threshold. And she got stopped. Hammer time. Stop. Hammer time. But Dolly Parton was sort of like that. She was only 80. Now, listen. When I say only 80, I ain't saying that 80 ain't old. But damn, man. You know what I mean? Our 80-year-olds, shout out to all our 80-year-olds out there, our super seniors out there that make us believe or feel like they're much younger because they still have a lot of life in them. In whatever way that you consider having a lot of life means. Whatever way. Yeah, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Thanks for putting that up there, Jeff. Satan says, hallelujah, amen. Pass the plate around again. Yeah. Yeah, well, y'all see the, ain't nothing stopping y'all from super chatting. Ain't nothing stopping that, huh? I ain't never say, oh, no, you better not give me a dime. I ain't say that. I ain't say it. All right. Carla says, people fall off the wagon but pick themselves back up and feel that they have to be saved again. I understand. So, I mean, because, Carl, I feel like in our heart of hearts, we know when we're doing the right thing and we know when we're doing the not so right thing. We know it. We know when we're doing right, and we know when we know when we ain't rocking that thing the way we should be rocking. So hopefully most of us are staying on the straight and narrow. But that ain't always as easy as it sounds. It ain't always to do the quote unquote right thing. And sometimes our idea of what's right and what's wrong comes from other people who may not be all that right or wrong. But one thing is for sure is that we have to live this life. So yeah, you know what, Carla? I thought she might have been older than that. She's been around for a minute. And she never looked young. You know what I'm saying? She never looked what I would consider to be young. But she just had a youthful type of personality. What is she? Does anybody know what she passed from? Anybody? Let me see. How did Dolly Parton die? It says country music legend Dolly Parton died from cancer. Oh, wow. At the age of 80, her representatives confirmed that she passed away peacefully following a brief private battle with the disease. I wonder what kind of cancer she had. Okay, she has not been diagnosed with any life-threatening illness, but she shared that she is dealing with chronic kidney stones along with immune and digestive system issues. She noted that these accumulated health challenges required medical tune-ups and led her to postpone her or cancel performance plans like her Las Vegas residency. Oh, so I guess that was before. Okay, because it doesn't say when that was written. And that's Google, so I don't know. It's just, the good relatives, it's just hard to see them go. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. All right, hold on. To yesterday. Hold on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we straight over there. So, keeping an eye on them. I'm sorry. Looking out for them. Keeping an eye on them. Jeff says, like Al Pacino said, free will is a bitch. It really is. It really is. The power to do what you want to do. I mean, because it comes with all of the consequences. Yeah, we have free will, but at the same time, that shit will get us all twisted and turned and fucked up. That shit got us fucked up. In the end, when it counts, when our entire afterlife is concerned, or where our eternal mortality is concerned. Like, yeah, don't worry about what's going on in this world. That's temporary. You might only get 80 years like Dolly Parton or less, because many of us have lost our parents who didn't get anywhere near that age. Shout out to all of the ancestors. Shout out to all of the ancestors. Carla says, what's right to one can be wrong to another. You ain't never lied. You know how real that is. She says one of her friends says she was sick for a while. You know how some people are. They don't want to, call any attention to their illness. It's funny, man. It's funny how some people are so comfortable riding out a debilitating or a terminal illness. They don't want anybody to know. I really don't. I lost my stepdad to that. I lost my father to that. I just don't understand that. I don't understand and maybe I'm not looking at this right, because I looked at it like you ashamed to be sick. And that's not necessarily what it is from what I've been told. But it's hard not to look at it or reduce it to that. But anyway, in terms of the topic, let's get into it. Let's get into it and get involved. These puzzle pieces right now we gonna solve, y'all. So what y'all know about it? What do y'all know about looking out for each other or keeping an eye on one another? In your life, have most of the people that you've trusted, loved, or whatever, the people who have cared about you, loved you, or at least said that they did, have they looked out for you more? Kept you out of trouble, made sure that people weren't talking bad about you or plotting on you or trying to harm or hurt you? Or were they more so keeping an eye on you to make sure that you didn't harm or hurt them, or that you didn't act out of line, or that you didn't violate, or that you didn't do something out of pocket? Which one have y'all had more experience with? I thought about this myself. And I've had a lot of people look out for me. So I would say I've had more people look out for me outright. But on the low, I've had a lot of people keep an eye on me. They weren't always forthcoming about that. They weren't always expressive about it. They weren't always out there to let me see that they didn't really, their trust level wasn't with them. As far as them trusting me. Carla says, I took care of a young woman who was 104 years old, but when COVID-19 arrived, she went downhill. Rest in peace, Emmy. Woo. Yeah, that's gotta be hard. That's gotta be hard. And it's weird because cancer didn't used to afflict people who got older. Like when you got older, it was like you was past the cancer stage. Cancer used to be something that stopped you from getting old. Now, I think about Joe Paterno, the legendary, the late legendary coach of Penn State. Got cancer when he was like 85 years old. And that was around the time when the scandal broke about Sandusky, and he just went down. He died right away. Like, I don't think he would have died at all. But the stress that situation caused, it took him out quick. Carla says her birthday was the same as my daughter. You talking about Cher or you talking about Dolly Parton? Because my daughter's birthday is January 19th too. Last day of Capricorn. Last day of Capricorn. So if you're talking about her, then the three of us have something in common. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, January 19th. That's wild. Yeah, my baby was born January 19th, 2006. She's a Gen Z. Oh, your patient's birthday was the same as your daughter. Oh, wow. Yeah, you'll never forget her. Satan said, she talking about Emmy. See, Carla, I listen. You know what? That's commendable. That's beautiful. That's real beautiful what you said right there. That's real beautiful. That's real beautiful. Looking out for you or keeping an eye on you. Looking out for you or keeping an eye on you. Like I said, man, you know, most of the time it's your mom that will be looking out for you and keeping an eye on you at the same time. A lot of times it's your mother. She might be the first one to look out for you and keep an eye on you at the same time. She might be the first, but she might not be the only. It can't be the same. Oh, can it be the same though? If it's your mom, it can be the same. You know, you might have people in your family. You might have people in your life that do the same. But do you recognize that? Do you recognize that, you know, that they are looking out for you and keeping an eye on you? Because honestly, you might be resentful that they keeping an eye on you. Like, you might feel like, I ain't done nothing for you to be suspecting that, you know, that I'm doing anything wrong or you need to keep an eye on me. What you mean by keeping an eye on me? What you mean by that? And you ain't got to keep an eye on me. I'm doing the right thing. I'm a good person. I a good guy. This little hole, this little opening in my shirt, that shit look like, I don't know, it seems like I got my zipper down or something. I got to fix that. You know what I mean? It's, what do they call that? Something malfunction? Not a clothing malfunction, not a material malfunction. What do they call that? What do they call it? They said it when Janet Jackson showed her titty at the Super Bowl. What they call it? Carla said it depends on how far they go. Some folks do way too much. Okay. Wardrobe malfunction. Is that what they call it? You might be right. Wardrobe malfunction. Maybe that is what they call it. Maybe that is what they call it. But wardrobe malfunction. Maybe that is what they call it. Somehow it's not registering to me that way, but I think you are right. Wardrobe malfunction. All right. Yeah. If somebody is keeping an eye on you, do you ever feel like it's always the right people keeping an eye on you? Like, somebody can be keeping an eye on you and don't even, you know, they might not have the green light to be keeping an eye on you. You know, you could be feeling like, who the fuck is you to be keeping an eye on me? Like, you ain't my peoples. I don't rock with you. Carla said, son, please don't have a wardrobe malfunction. I'm trying to keep it right. But y'all saw that little hole. That shit was looking crazy. Like, look, that shit, I don't know. That shit look like it ain't like, it's doing too much. Gotta get this shirt together. Hold on, shirt. Come on, shirt. You know what I mean? I look like, you know what I'm trying not to say. This is a shirt. This ain't pants. A shirt shouldn't have a fly on it. A shirt shouldn't have a fly on it. Now, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. Matter of fact, order in the court. Order in the court. Slow down. No wardrobe malfunction tonight. No. I said no. No. All right, on a side note, real quick, I want to ask y'all a bit of advice. You said they sometimes have wrong intentions. Yes. Satan says, that's why I use decoys and smoke screens. I must become a ghost so they can't keep eyes on you. Yeah, I mean, because somebody who doesn't like you can be keeping an eye on you. Somebody who knows you but is not close to you can be keeping an eye on you. And, you might be feeling like you're not authorized to keep an eye on me. The only people that can keep an eye on me are people who are either above me or have some authority over me, and I get to decide who has authority over me, not you. Interesting. Let me see. Let me see something, y'all. Can y'all read this the right way or is it backwards? Yeah, it's backwards. Never mind. I'll never get it right. Never. I will never get it right. When will we turn it around? Literally. God, it said backwards as hell. I will never get it right. Caller says, is everybody asleep this morning? I think they are. Satan says the government keeps eyes on on us all. You ain't never lied. And I don't feel like that's right. What are they keeping an eye on us for? Really, we should be keeping a better eye on them. Those are my honest feelings about it. Okay there, Miss Cleo. What was you laughing at? I will never get it right. Never. Never. But yeah, some people really may not have the green light to keep an eye on you. And of course, a lot of times those are the very people who want to keep an eye on you. Like, yo, who are you? Who are you to be keeping an eye on me? No, you can't keep an eye on me. You are a cornball. Yes, you are a cornball. Or if somebody really doesn't mean anything to you in your life, How you gonna come around here keeping an eye on somebody? Wait, see, you knew how hard to take it. What see, you knew how hard to take it? What you mean? What does that mean? I think you missing some words in that sentence. I really do. I think you missing some words, Miss Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. I believe you're missing some words, Miss Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. That's what I think. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Save me, Cheryl. I'm teaching real far in the chat. I'm teaching real far in the chat. Yeah, y'all all tired. I understand. I'm actually all right. I don't know why, but I'm all right. I'm better than every day I was last week. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my constitution together. I had to get my sea legs right. You know what I mean? I had to be able to stand up straight, stop from throwing up. I'm good. I'm good. To the table with that dome, silly. What dome? Now I'm really confused. This Halloween, there will be a major log thrown into their plans on keeping eyes on us. We, the people, slowly starting to resist. Is that what we doing? Okay. I don't know. Reaching. Oh, okay. I pressed the wrong button. Yeah. So if you be tired. When you be tired, you be. Okay. I wanted to ask y'all a question. This is a sidebar. So, in order to film this show, I wanted a dedicated camera to film this show. Like, it's a phone with a good camera that does nothing but tape this show. This show and maybe any shorts or whatever, short videos or whatever. So I ordered one, and it was this one, the Google Pixel. Google Pixel Pro. Google Pixel 10 Pro. And it was a pretty good phone, specs wise and all of that. They say that this is the best Google Pixel that they've come out with. But and I actually chose this phone because I heard that the camera on it was really good. But when I was using it for a week, I didn't really like the way that it shot video. I really didn't like it. And because I got this from Verizon, they gave it to me free. But at the same time, I had to pay, $10 extra on my bill. So I scratched that. I said, you know what? I don't like the way it shoots videos. I wasn't feeling it. So I went and bought another phone, which I'm using right now, and I'm very satisfied with this one. And this is more what I'm used to anyway. So this is a Samsung S22 Ultra. So it's the Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So this is the one that came out in 2022. It was 4 years old, but it still has still a good phone, still a good camera, still, it's doing what I needed to do. But I'm thinking, like, should I return this phone back to Verizon? Because I'm torn. I never really gave this a chance because I only bought it Well, I only got it, I should say, to film this show. It had no other purpose. And I'm so cheap. I don't want my bill to be $10 more. Now, still photos, it takes good. You know, this thing has like kind of a wide lens, for real, for real. It really does. But when it comes to video, I'm not feeling it. It really is high definition, god damn. Oh. Okay. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? And you know, with a Google phone, it's a lot of AI. And y'all know, I don't know if y'all know, but I don't like all that AI shit. I really don't. Let me see. D-Flock is all I'm saying. Sandman did throw sand in my eyes. He said, so you going to trash the Pixel? Don't you have 30 days at least before returning it? Yeah, I do. So I've had it for a little over a week. I got it not this past Friday, but the Friday before last. So I think that was on the 15th. No, yeah, my birthday was on the 12th. My birthday was on the 12th. I got it on the 14th. So it's the 25th, 26th now. So, 10 days, almost 2 weeks. So you think I should wait out the 30 days? I don't know. It's $10 extra on the bill. But for like the next 36 months, though, I'm calculating it up. I'm like, in that amount of time, I damn near paid for it. They be getting you, man. They do. They be getting you. Does it keep a good charge? It's okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm like, why isn't this thing? Hold on. Oh, shit. That's why. God damn it. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me see.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
Okay. Okay. You there? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, we good then.
Man, you just don't, man. Y'all just don't care about the homie calling in, man. I tell you, bro.
We don't care about what?
The homie calling in, man. Every time I turn around, I got the phone. You're supposed to get it on the first ring, bro.
We in a digital age. We don't even know when the first ring is and shit.
I know. I'm looking at the TV like, you ain't got the phone in here or nothing. What's up, good brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm feeling like a real man should. Everything is all right. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good enough, and as good as it's going to be for a second.
That's all it can be, bro. That's all it can be.
Oh, no, it can be different.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's the truth.
You know, things can always be better. Things can always be worse. Sometimes you got to choose. Choose which one is going to be. You got to choose.
That's the truth. What's going on, Cheryl? Carlin? What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Blessings to everyone. Yeah, man, I mean, like the concept, I love that concept. Looking out for one another, keeping an eye on each other, especially in today's times, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's even more important, and especially keeping out for the younger generation, keeping an eye for the senior citizens, you know, is a beautiful thing, you know. It can't hurt nothing. It can only help it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I always try my best to, you know, keep a close eye out for individuals, you know, whether it's my neighbor, whether it's, you know, people I see on the street that might be going through some changes, you know. Shit, I mean, I told you the story about a month ago. I was sitting in front of my apartment building trying to sell some sneaks. And a young boy was walking down the street. I didn't know he was a young boy, but he had no sneaks, no shoes or nothing, no socks on his feet. And his nose was running real bad. So I'm looking at him. So, you know, I put my cane on my lap because I'm hoping he don't do nothing. I might have to hurt him. But then I look him in his face. You know, he was staring real hard and had this glassy eye look. So I knew something was wrong, but his age didn't look like an adult. So, you know, I turned back around and I was like, well, called the cops. You know, I said, I think it's a young man walking down the streets. He ain't got no socks on his feet. He ain't got his nose is running. He got green sweatpants on and a pink shirt. Turned out he was, you know, a young man with autism that was lost. Walked out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Then week after that, I'm sitting out there. This $4,000 dog runs over after he was with somebody else and it wasn't his dog. So he's panting real hard and I can't get him no water, but I called the cops because it was somebody's dog. So they came and got the dog. So I mean, shit, I don't mind looking out for a dog as long as they don't bite me, because had it bit me, I would have loved that case money. Uncle Wapner and Cousin Newman, boy. I love y'all.
Wapner.
Uncle Wapner and Cousin Newman. That's family. I can't call Top Dog for a dog.
Top Dog. Franchise lawyers and shit.
You know what I mean? I don't want my lawyer having people rap for him. Drop some bars for me, y'all.
I swear, everything is a gimmick these days.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, looking out for one another. I mean, the shit that's going on down south or that's going on around the country. I just told you earlier about, you know, I heard on YouTube, this guy was talking about how across the country, there's been over 24 to 25 lynching throughout the country. And a lot of them coming from down south. That's not even talking about the drownings, because there's been a lot of suspected drownings. Even with the Nolan Wells case before that, there was 4 or 5 of them in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, you know, we have to look out for one another. It's mandatory. You know, if you go out, you hang out, you see somebody in a bar that's overly intoxicated, don't let them walk out that bar. Even if you don't know them, don't let them walk out that bar. I think that we're obligated to look out for one another.
But are we doing it? But are we doing that?
That's the part. That's it. Now, are we doing it? That part, I don't know. That's the part I don't know. You know what I mean? But like, everything comes back to you if you, I'll never forgot this, right, as a kid, right? I had a couple old heads. I had an old head on the block. And this before I knew what he was doing. Because he used to send me, my brother, and a couple of my friends to go to the pharmacy to pick up some boxes for him. We never knew that this was, he was a street pharmaceutical consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So, one time I was standing in the door. This was around 18, 19, and this girl that I knew used to be real pretty, but she got turned out on some drugs. Bought some drugs from him. 3 days later, I found out that she OD'd. Hurt my heart because I seen this. You know what I mean? I seen this. And it hurt my heart that there was nothing that I could do about that because, I'm 18, 19 years old. I don't know nothing about what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if hindsight was 20/20, I would love to have been able to prevent that. I would love to have prevented that. But there's a lot of things that, through the upbringing, through your years of coming up, you prevented people from doing stuff, stupid things, or, you protected people from getting caught up in stupid things. So, I mean, you can put out there what you want people to do, and you can teach your kids what to do, But you would hope and think that society, especially our community, our culture would try our best to look out for one another.
Well, what about personally? Personally, in your world, in your life, have people looked out?
Well, personally, I beg to differ, and I differ to beg.
Well, that's where it really counts.
Well, my situation is disrespectful, it's hurtful, and it hurts like a motherfucker, man. Especially when it's your inner circle, when it's the people that you brought up and that you changed Pampers, you made sure you provided for them, and it's your own children. And then it's no matter what you go through, and even if you and your significant other is not together, when you fall flat on your face, if you're not with nobody and she's not with nobody, the least y'all can do is look out for one another. You know what I mean? But and if y'all still married, the least that you can do is look out for one another. Because you would expect for me to do that. You would want for me to do it. Well, you got it. No, I can't do it no more. But then again, that's not who I am as a person. This beautiful angel named Norm McNeil didn't bring me up to be that way. And I can't stop myself from being the way I am because of what she taught me. And I wish that I could take that forgiving heart and throw it in the trash. But sometimes I can, but a lot of times, like 99% of the times, I just can't. And so there's a lot of times that, I can argue with this person and something goes wrong with that person and I have to drop what I'm with that person going, and sometimes it's with my children. I'll argue with them, this, that, and the other. Just like tonight. I had a disagreement with my daughter earlier. I told you about it earlier. She called me and told me about her boyfriend. Her boyfriend stepped on the nail, son, working for Pepsi in July, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they sends him because he works at nighttime, so they send him to the ER. He leaves the ER, right, because he didn't want to wait that long. Now, you do know you stepped on it. If you don't know nothing about stepping on a nail, especially a rusty nail, you get ready to know more about it now. So this is now August. He texts her a picture of his big toe. It's turning black. Then she calls me, Dad, what you think well, this is going on, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, he need to get his ass up and go to the hospital because they're going to wind up cutting either his foot off or his leg off or his toes off, just depending on how bad the infection is.
Okay.
So I turn back around. She sends me a picture of his whole foot. Now the nails is turning black. The toes is turning black. Turn back around now. Just now she called me, told me you didn't admit them. I said, I knew they was going to admit them. You went to a damn urgent care and they told you to go to the ER. Why the fuck you go home?
Okay, so this is all saying what?
This is all saying that no matter what I wish I can, I'm able to just throw shit away that I just went through with somebody and forgive them for the betterment of what's going on with them. You understand what I'm saying? You know, because I'm always looking out for other people, and even in the time of an argument or a disagreement, you know, I can let that slide because it's sometimes some things are major. You know what I mean? But people can't do that shit with me. They'll carry shit like a bucket of water, and they'll carry it and put that bucket of water on the side of the house. And then when they want to go get that bucket again, they'll bring that bucket right back in and start. Remember when you?
Okay, but what I'm asking you is, in terms of what we talking about tonight, is this looking out, or is this keeping an eye on?
It's that right there is looking out.
Which part? What's looking out? What's looking out?
Looking out for the well-being of the young man that deals with my daughter. I was looking out for him because he don't deal with his father, and his mom passed away 2 years ago. Okay. So I'm looking out for him to tell him what to do because he must not have been knowledgeable of tetanus. I understand how serious it can get. Mm-hmm. So she calls me, and I had to explain to her and explain to him about the seriousness of what can happen. So I'm looking out for him, and then by me calling later on, I'm keeping an eye on him, making sure he kept his ass at the hospital. So I mean, but if I was the type of person that didn't give a fuck, I wouldn't even took the phone call and don't answer the phone. Because sometimes they take that, you said it to me before, sometimes they use that to the benefit for themselves. They'll use that, Troy, and I said, you're right. Okay. You know, they can take your kindness for weak.
Okay, so we talking about looking out for each other, or looking out or keeping an eye on each other. So what I was really asking you is, how have people treated you? Have they looked out for you, or have they kept an eye on you? If people keeping an eye on you, it's because they're suspicious of you. It's because they don't trust you to either take care of yourself or to do the right things or something along those lines. You understand what I mean? And you know, like we was talking about, you know, mothers often look out for you and keep an eye on you at the same time because they have to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but you'll often find out that people in your life that you deal with will either do one or the other. Like maybe people are consciously looking out for you. You know, you might have, you know, people that look out for you, make sure that, you know, people ain't plotting against you, making sure that nobody is harming or hurting you, or setting you up, you know what I'm saying? And you know that they've been looking out for you. And then you might have people that aren't as visible and may not even have a reason to be distrustful of you, but they keeping an eye on you. You know,
Right.
maybe there's something about your energy or whatever, or for whatever reasons that they have, they actually keeping an eye on you to make sure that you ain't violating, overstepping your bounds, you know, driving out of your lane or whatever, or however you put it. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking you, what has been more of your experience with
Right.
with
Well, let's put it like this. There's a very few that look out for me. You know what I mean? Very few look out for me. You know, you're one of the people that look out for me. And I got my chef, my mentor, Chef Malachi. That's like a brother, just like you are. You look out for me, you know, whether it's, you know, financially or just an ear to talk to. I got a nephew. I got a little young boy that's a chef now. He just got his own chef position now down on some 11th and Spruce, which I'm proud of. And you know, I was always telling him, you know, I was looking out for him at the time, telling him that you deserve that position. So he got it now. He done been on Fox 29 and Channel 6 and got all his good reviews of his menu. So I look out. He's looked out for me, and I've looked out for him. But family wise, no.
Okay. I mean,
I got more I got people that's non-blood brothers that look out for me more than my blood brothers.
Okay.
And that's the sad part.
Okay. I mean, okay, but so would you say that they kept an eye on you, or because they don't somebody might not look out for you, but they might not also keep an eye on you either?
No, let me ask you a question. When you keep an eye on somebody, you got to at least talk to them, don't you?
No.
Well, I don't get to keep an eye on at all.
Somebody, you could have a neighbor.
No, I don't have. I have neighbors. You know, I have one neighbor. Well, I keep an eye on. I try my best. The top floor that I live on in my apartment building, and it's a neighbor downstairs. Him and his wife. I try my best. Like if somebody gets something delivered, I'll put it in the hallway, or if I'm coming upstairs, especially my neighbor next door, sweet old lady. I might try to bring it upstairs for her, put it outside her door. You know,
so you look out for them,
right?
Okay,
look out for them.
So what I'm saying is this: you could have a neighbor that you don't even know, or that you don't know of. You know what I mean? But they might be keeping an eye on you. Like it could be somebody who is a racist. You know what I mean? Like, like your boy Chosen. This black motherfucker better be funny. You know what I mean?
Damn, I didn't hear that name in a long time.
Yeah.
That was the one that used to do what is it? The joke about the soap opera joke.
Yeah. And anyway, so yeah, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, remember, there's a whole sex offenders list out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are people who check that joint regularly. So you don't have to know that somebody is keeping an eye on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not be on that list. I know for a fact that you're not on that list. You know what I mean?
Right.
But somebody might be checking that list to see if somebody like you are on the list. You know, it doesn't require a whole lot for a person to be suspicious of you.
That's the truth.
They don't always have a good reason or need a good reason. They just feel the way they feel, and they think that they're okay, that it's all right for them to feel that way. And to a certain extent, it is okay. But it can affect you because it can somebody who is keeping their eyes on you might be hindering opportunities for you. And you don't even know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you were eligible for a promotion at work or to even get a job. And somebody who's been keeping their eyes on you is like, nah, I don't think we should take a chance on him. And all of a sudden, something that seemed so promising that was about to happen for you somehow just dissipates and you never heard back from them. It could be because somebody was keeping an eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
But even in your personal relationships, you could be dealing with a woman, or you could have dealt with women that might have looked out for you and kept an eye on you at the same time. You know what I mean? They may have loved you to death and, and took care of you or whatever, in whatever way that means. But at the same time, was always keeping a watchful eye on you. It doesn't necessarily have to do any. It doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with cheating. Like, for example, back when I was drinking, I got in trouble. So even though women that I was dealing with might have loved me to death, they also had to keep an eye on me. Like, this motherfucker gets DUIs. You know what I mean? He gets into trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, like, gotta make sure that he don't, yeah. If you have a drinking problem or a drug problem or even a cheating problem or something like that, to whereas, your woman is, what I mean? You know how women are. You know what I mean? They look at you and take a real hard look in certain areas where you might not think about it that hard. You know what I'm saying? And and they might be keeping an eye on you and that and that way. Like, you can look out for somebody and keep an eye on them. Like, let's say, like, if they have a drinking problem, if they have health issues, like, I gotta keep an eye on your girl might feel like I gotta keep an eye on my boo because he got diabetes or some shit like that, or high blood pressure, but he always want to eat something salty, or he got sugar and he always trying to sneak in some sweet shit. You know what I'm saying? To whereas she got to keep an eye on you because you won't look out for yourself. So she's looking out and keeping an eye on you at the same time. So it doesn't always have to be a sinister thing. But when we talking about looking out for each other or keeping an eye on each other, it can symbolize that although we look out for each other, we also lack trust for each other. And that can be because of poor communication.
True.
Undiscussed.
Yeah. Well, just like somebody was keeping an eye on me when I was selling sneakers in front of my apartment building, and he went to my landlord.
Now you get it. Now you bingo. That is a big glaring example of somebody keeping an eye on you. That's damn. I wasn't even thinking about that one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good.
Mm-hmm. For real, I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I mean, I know where you at.
Yeah, man. So, and
the messed up part about it is that you never know who's keeping an eye on you.
Thank you. You really don't. Because a lot of times the people who are keeping an eye on you don't make themselves known.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They They keeping their eye on you, not their hands on you. You know what I mean? Not their arms around you. Like, nah, I don't want this motherfucker doing this, or I don't like this. You know, they a lot of times they might be the type of person or the type of people that claim that they don't like somebody and they ain't got a reason in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I mean, you know, so which one would you rather somebody do?
I'd rather them look out for me. What?
There you go. I'd rather somebody look out for me than keep an eye on you.
Right.
But there's also positive keeping an eye on you too.
Yeah, we was just talking about it.
Yeah, there's positives of people keeping an eye, like keeping an eye on your elderly neighbor. You know, keeping an eye on other people's kids to make sure that, you know, they're getting it. Like if they got to cross the street, or even like the things that I hate seeing these kids do now is ride those electrical bikes or them electrical scooters.
Yeah.
And they ride them so fast, and they don't have no helmet on or nothing.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
they be looking like they ready to flip the script.
Say that again?
I said they be looking like they ready to flip the script.
Yeah. And when I see some of them riding, and I be like, yo, be careful with that, man. You know, and in their head, they might be thinking, oh, they need to mind his fucking business. But in my head, I'm like, you better be happy that I'm worried about you. Because if I'm on this pin out here, if I'm out here at the bus stop, or even if I'm just sitting in front of my apartment building, if you should take that foot, believe me, I'm going to be the first one running trying my best to run towards you or walk real fast. Can't do no running. Can get to you to make sure you're all right. But, you know, that's what I mean by looking out for one another. If they're looking out for one another, you know, or keeping an eye on them, that's the same thing. Both with that right there, that's one and the same. I'm looking out for you, telling you this, and I'm keeping an eye on you and making sure you follow it. I don't even know why you would buy your kids one of them and not give them a helmet and some knee pads.
You know what? It's funny because from how you sound like how, you know, your parents or older adults would tell you, you know, to keep your eye on your little brother or your cousin.
Yeah.
So I see what you saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's different than what we saying, but I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get that on the positive side of keeping your eye on. Because they wouldn't say look out for your little brother, your cousin, or, you know, the little kids. They would tell you to keep an eye on them. Like, yo, make sure, you know what I mean? Make sure the motherfuckers don't run in the street or what. Yeah, but so I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, because today, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, son. I'm this country is like, I cry for this country right now, especially our people, and for the immigrants, and for how the treatment of how they doing this. Did you hear? And not to get off the subject, did you hear that they're saying they might try to knock down the Kennedy Center?
Why? Because it's not the Trump Kennedy Center no more.
Because they can't go in there and do what they need to do to fix everything up, and because pretty much he can't put his name on the front of the building.
Right. They made him take his name off. So
did you also hear that they're going to take the name off of the aircraft, not the aircraft, the Navy ship called the Dory Miller, and rename it the Donald Trump.
Oh boy.
You can't make this shit up, son.
Oh,
so a kitchen cook that came out the kitchen and saved lives, and then went to a gun and start shooting down planes, planes in the sky. Japan, you know, planes that were shooting at during Pearl Harbor. They fought in the war. They named the ship after this one, and this is the first ship named after a black man. And then we got a man that would have put his name on a ship that didn't even want to go fight in Vietnam because of quote unquote bone spurs.
Well, one thing is for sure. He is definitely worthy of people keeping their eyes on him at all times.
All the damn time.
But keeping your eyes on him don't work.
It don't mean nothing.
It don't. Not a damn thing.
It don't mean nothing, bro.
It's crazy.
It don't mean nothing, man. This, and like I said, I'm hoping down the South, and I'm praying for down the South or anywhere in Middle America or across the United States that everybody is looking out for everybody, because right now, I think they're trying to turn this country into a race war. I believe that right now with the situations that's going on and how things is going. I honestly think that they will want some type of race war in this country to happen.
Well, yeah, they've been wanting that for a long time, but it's not going to go down the way the way they think it's going to go down, or the way they want it to go down. That's not. I mean, the right people are just not interested in that shit. But that's why. That's why they want this motherfucker out of office. Because it's just the counterproductivity is just off the charts. And like we were saying, keeping an eye on him don't work. Keeping an eye on anybody else works. But keeping an eye on him, it really does. It's just something to do.
Let's just think about it. Keeping an eye on him or keeping an eye on anybody that's in his cabinet doesn't mean nothing. Because no matter what you say or how you call it, let's think about it. Was it Hegseth, whatever his name is?
Hegseth.
He should have been. He should have been knocked down. What's the other one name with the big eyes? FBI director.
Cash Patel.
Could have been gone.
The real problem with Trump is that he gets whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, so nobody can stop this motherfucker. He gets everything he wants. He got everybody confirmed in his cabinet against all odds, against all those hearings. And what did we have those hearings for?
I don't know.
We had those congressional hearings for what?
Well, you have to realize something, son. Some time ago, we used to have them hearings, and some Republicans would listen, and they would have an understanding and vote it down.
Listen.
But now you have these Republicans that don't give a fuck. They're like, I'm voting this motherfucker. I mean, like, look at the person that's running the DOJ. You got his lawyer running the DOJ.
Yo, like I said, it's confirmation after confirmation after. This shit is ridiculous. Like, I'm like, what are we having the hearings for? What for? It's just like a shit show, a formality, because the end result remains the same. It does. There's no way that bullshit have been confirmed.
You heard about the Supreme Court today, right?
And what now? Because
they voted to give him
the ball
some type of leeway for mail-in votes.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
6-3.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, nothing can stop him. He get whatever he want. I'm like, so what do we even? So anyway,
But but keeping, like you said, keeping an eye on him is you can, but it doesn't mean nothing.
It's futile.
Mm-hmm.
All you do is have an eye on him. Watch me work. It's like watch me get away with anything I want to get away with. No, regardless of how. Look, the ballroom, the war, everything. It's just like, what have they stopped? What has anybody stopped? I don't know. This shit is mad demoralizing. It really is. It's like, man, fuck this shit. I don't waste my energy watching this shit. And you know what I mean? You know, that shit destroys all hope. You know?
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You know. The whole thing about I would rather somebody look out for me than somebody to keep the eye on me. Depending on if it's something about if you keep your eye on me for something that's beneficial to me.
Yeah.
Like if you see a package outside is mine and you're gonna put it outside my apartment door, or if you see me fall down the steps and or something going wrong with me, then that's different. But if you just keep an eye on me just so you can dry snitch or go behind my back to say some shit, you know what I mean? Or if I'm at work, if I'm working, you lying, you keep an eye on me to lie about things, then that's different.
Yeah, if at this stage in my life, if you keeping an eye on me, you don't trust me. I mean, it's cut and dry. You ain't got to worry about me running into the street. You know what I mean? I ain't demented. I'm not gonna wander out in the road. I mean, out in the world and don't know where I am and shit. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing that can happen is I misplace some keys and shit and can't either get in the house or in the car. Other than that, now I don't need nobody keeping their eye on me. But I know that people do. I know at my last job and the job before then, I know I had people keeping their eyes on me then. That's a fact. And I know I got people keeping their eyes on me tonight. I mean, should I say right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You might not always see the people who have their eyes on you, but you'll be able to feel it when it comes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out to my mama Meatloaf. That shit was tasty.
Mama Meatloaf.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't a big fan of meatloaf, but when meatloaf is good, that shit be banging.
Yes, it do. I make a great meatloaf, man.
Meatloaf.
I make a great meatloaf. Meatloaf with some mashed potatoes and some green beans or green peas, bro.
Yeah, with
some beef gravy. God damn.
Look, the meatloaf was the meatloaf was loafing. The loaf was loafing. You know what I mean?
Especially when you got the leftover one and then you cut a piece of that, warm that thing up and put it on some bread.
You know what? I don't like it with the bread. I like it. I just like it. Man, I just grab a fork. Yeah, I mean, just eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, you can do that too, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can do that too.
I might, I'll mix that shit up with some noodles or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, have meatloaf spaghetti.
Well, what I did with mine, how I make mine is I do the peppers, the onions, breadcrumbs. I throw some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce in there and mix it up in there too.
Okay.
You know, I mix up salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. You know, and then I mix all that up, throw the breadcrumbs in there, maybe an egg or two. And sometimes if you don't have breadcrumbs, you just get some regular bread, wet that bread up, let it get moist and mix that up in there too. Or some rice. If you got leftover rice, you can use some leftover rice as a binder. You know, and it'll hold it together as well. If you don't got no eggs or no breadcrumbs, just use some rice. It'll bind it together.
Cool.
Then take some ketchup and put that thing on top and put it in the oven. And then when they cook up, you're going to get that crust on top. Oh my God, that's the best part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me make one with the meatloaf right now.
Yeah, I had some meatloaf. I had some meatloaf.
Crashing. You're like, Mom, the meatloaf.
Look, I had some meatloaf for lunch tonight. I guess you could say I had meatloaf for dinner. That thing was right. It really was. It was all right.
I tasted Mom cooking before. From the food she make to the damn chocolate cake, man. Whew.
She do her thing.
Every time I think about that chocolate cake, I'll be ready to go over there and sing, Mama, you know. I remember that chocolate cake at the Comedy Room on Ridge Avenue. You know, I remember when I was doing it was that.
Yeah. It was on. All right. Well, we're going to go to this poll question because that actually deals with food itself.
Yes, it does.
All right. So the poll question is, what are your feelings about spicy foods and hot sauce? So initially, what are your feelings about spicy food and hot sauce, Troy?
I want to help you out with that real easy. You know how I feel about scary movies?
Really?
I'm a bitch. I'm going to explain something to you. If it's hot going in, it's hot coming out. And I don't like a spicy ass.
Okay.
I don't eat hot sauce, nor do I eat mustard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't eat no spicy food. I mean, well, the story, how it happened was, when I was a kid, I came home from school, and my mom didn't go shopping, but she had these Murray sausages in the freezer. Spicy ones. And I was hungry, so I had about 4 or 5 of them. And I had a pitcher of water, so I'm drinking the water, I'm eating these sausages. My mouth is burning, but I'm hungry. So I go outside to go play some football. Had to rush in the house to use the bathroom. It felt like somebody put some hot pepper seeds in my rectal area, bro. I was like, wow! I was in the shower. I had to take a sitz bath, bro.
So was it worse going in or coming out?
Both parts.
Which one was worse?
Coming out.
Okay.
But going in was, I'd say scale of 1 to 10, going in was a 7.
Okay.
Coming out was lava. I ain't getting out of scale. It's just lava.
Okay, all right.
So once that scares you, or once they get you to that point, there is no reason for me to ever try anything spicy, bro. I'm surprised to hear that. So when you got chicken wings from the Chinese store, you never got no hot sauce on them? Never. Salt, pepper. I use salt and pepper, and since I don't like Chinese food ketchup, I don't like the ketchup. Something about the ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So I think they use tamarind ketchup because Chinese, tamarind. They might add a little tamarind to their ketchup to give it a little bit, not a kick, but it tastes different. So I just use my own ketchup in the house.
Okay.
But no, I don't use no. Matter of fact, I don't even like the smell of hot sauce. The smell of it. When I was with my wife and when I was with my wife and stuff, when we was all at home, I used to throw the whole bottle in the trash. Don't leave it on the counter. I'll throw the bottle out.
Okay. Like I said, I'm really surprised. I love spicy food.
God bless you.
I do. I love spicy food, and I always had. Now, when I was younger, I couldn't take it as much because, when you're younger, your palate is different. You know what I'm saying? That thing is young and it's fresh or whatever. So I couldn't really take the spicy. I couldn't take it that way. But, I guess messing around with my mom, I got more used to it. To whereas it really has to be super hot in order for me to feel like it's hot. But I like the spiciness anyway because it seemed to have like more flavor. And I was surprised because one year, my younger cousin that came down, to hang out with me. He was hungry. I was like, "Yo, all right, we gonna go over to Meadow Lanes and get a half a chicken platter and whatever." And he got his. He was like, "I can't really eat this because it's hot." And I was like, "It's hot." And he was like, "Yeah, it's, like I can't enjoy it. It's hot." And I was like, "Damn, tongue."
He got a bitch tongue.
You know what I mean? Like, his girl must be mad disappointed in him. But anyway. Hey, you gotta go down on the mild pussy. Yeah, but anyway. No spicy twat for me.
Hey man, them damn spicy seeds, boy. Listen, bro. If I don't listen, it's like this. If you can deal with a spicy asshole, God bless you. Cause I know I can't.
Well, what I found is after you get used to it, it don't do that no more.
Yeah.
It's only when you're not used to it that happens.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not used to it at age 56. I'm not going to. Like my mom used to make goulash, so I used to always eat the pie. I used to always love a goulash the way she make it. And she always used to use spatini, right, to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember spatini?
Yeah, I do.
Well, she stopped using it once I made the spatini from scratch. Oh, you know how to make spatini from scratch? Yes, I do, Mom. You forget what I do for a living. So I turned back around, but when I was a kid, she used to make it. I was sitting there and seeing her make it, and then I noticed she used to throw some hot sauce in it. I didn't eat it anymore.
Okay.
I didn't eat it no more. And then what she would do then is she would make it before she put the hot sauce in it. She would take some and put it aside for me in a bowl. So when she made it that time, I was like, I'm not eating that, Mom. I'm not eating that with.
That's definitely
eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's definitely looking out for you.
Yeah, mom would do that. Mom would do that for me.
Okay. So, all right. So the poll question says 38%, which is the majority, says I love spicy foods and hot sauce. All right. 25% said I can't enjoy my food if it's hot. And 19% said a little spicy, but no jalapeno. Like, in other words, like I could deal with it a little bit, a little bit hot, a little bit spicy, but not all super hot, which is understandable. And
not a habanero. Don't give me a habanero.
And 18% said I put hot sauce on everything. Okay. Now,
they got this new thing where people put hot sauce on vanilla ice cream.
I mean, the things that they make excuses for putting chocolate on, hot sauce on, bacon on, it's like endless. Like it's endless. Like I think it's ridiculous. A lot of times I think it's stupid, but hey, it's your tongue, it's your palate, it's your taste, not mine. So
like I know when I was a kid, and I know you're ready to get some sleep and stuff, but when I was a kid, I used to go get some vanilla ice cream, get a bag of barbecue chips, crumble it up, and pour it over top of my vanilla ice cream. Little did I know that was what I would come out to find out was that it was sweet and savory. Because that's what they call it now. From being in the culinary industry, you learn about sweet and savory by mixing the sweetness and the tartness of one thing with the sweetness of just the sweetness of the vanilla ice cream. And it was like delicious as shit. That was my twist. Vanilla ice cream and barbecue chips.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be the Backman chips. They couldn't be Frito-Lay because, Backman was the best barbecue chips back in the day. Frito-Lay came out years down the line, and Backman stopped making the Backman chips, but kept making the Backman cheese twists. My fatness knows about this. But yeah, man, get ready to get some rest, man. Much love to everybody in the chat. It's always a pleasure. You know, keep an eye on everybody and look out for everybody and keep an eye on in a positive way. Or if you got to keep an eye on some people in a negative way, do that too. But it's important that we look out for one another, whether you know them or you don't. You know,
works for me.
You know, and because I'm on the phone with a brother that's looked out for me and kept an eye on me through a lot of times. Like, shit, I still remember you kept an eye on me down there when we did the comedy show. If you ain't keep an eye on me down there, I'll still be locked up.
Something would have happened.
That's the truth.
I mean, it was already happening. But good looking out, man. Get up out of here.
Always, man, you know that. Be blessed, man. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Don't forget, I got to hear the rest of that story too, bro.
I got you.
All right.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 26th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. And I said August 26th. When I met 25th. So please pardon me. These are the birthdays for August 25th. Judith Anderson, Ren Graves, Sincere Lee, Donette Reese, my girl LaShonda Kellum, my young cuz, forever missing Mike. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 25th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, man, you know what I mean? It's your thing. Do what you want to do. No, man, on some real shit, looking out for each other, keeping an eye on each other. You know who's who and what's what. You know when it's been done for you and when it's been done to you. The question is, how much of a role have you played in either one? And I'm not saying whether it's your fault or not. What I'm saying is, what's your acceptance level? What has been your acceptance level of someone looking out for you? Because some people refuse that. And what has been your experience with people keeping an eye on you? We all got a story to tell. And we're going to tell it. We're going to tell it every night. Peace on my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. Movie night tomorrow night. So make sure y'all come through for another Daily Go Getimism show. So y'all have a good night. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Peace, y'all. All right.